In this forecast, we're going to be going over the remaining severe weather events we have over the next couple of days, along with a massive pattern change that will affect all of the United States. So, starting off, we're going to jump right into things. We have the slight risk of severe weather back here in parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, and a small sliver of Missouri. Threats with this can include some isolated large hail, more so back up here in parts of Kansas and Oklahoma. We have no tornado risk for today at all, so no threat for tornadoes. And we also have a greater damaging wind risk again back up, and that's back in more parts of Kansas and Oklahoma for any storms that form up there and and go south. However, that's not the only day we have a slight risk. We do have a slight risk tomorrow in two areas. One way out west towards Oregon, and then one actually right back here in the northeast in parts of Kentucky. Threats for tomorrow will include some isolated large hail in both areas, both back out west and in the Ohio Valley, and the only tornado threat will be in Kentucky tomorrow. And then the damaging wind risk again will be in both back out west and back out in the Ohio Valley. Finally, we do have a day three severe weather slight risk down in the south, southern tier United States. That's with this can include damaging winds, isolated hail, and or isolated tornadoes. So the main thing I wanted to talk about was the massive pattern change that's going to be coming to the United States. Here is the mid-level winds that kind of shows the storms here. You can see we have this current this is the jet stream. You can see we have this current that is bringing the severe weather events to Oklahoma and inevitably tomorrow, and then also along the coast on day three. But I want to show a massive change. I do want to show a change in the jet stream. So we're gonna have we'll have these remaining storms kind of move through here associated with this trough right here. We'll have the rest of the storms swing out to the ocean, and the hurricane that's currently out there will get caught by this low pressure system. So this won't bring any impacts to the mainland United States. So this trough will begin to quickly move out of here. While that happens, we'll have a large high pressure ridge begin to start setting in across the United States. This is what's going to bring those heated temperatures and a drier period of time in the next couple finishing out August here, towards the end of August, finishing it out. And there's not going to be really a lot of storms. Not a lot of storms in the Midwest. There may still be some over here on the East Coast. Since there's going to be this high pressure, the storms are kind of going to go over and then dip down in the eastern part of the United States. So a little bit more active across the eastern United States, along with a giant cool down also across the eastern tier of the United States. However, this ridge that sets in across the United States right here, this ridge that kind of sets in, blocking pretty much everything from kind of swinging down into the United States. This won't last. It won't last. By September 1st, this ridge begins to move up to the north and east, and this is when we see this developing trough here begin to start swinging down into the United States, and this is where that possibility for some severe weather does begin to happen, especially for parts of the Midwest here. As we do have fall and winter coming, we do get a lot of the troughs like this associated. A lot of the storms that come from a lot of the storms that happen in the fall time are associated with troughs like this that come into the mainland United States, bring severe weather, actually multiple days of severe weather, and then quickly eject right back out. And then this kind of pattern keeps happening. as time goes on. However, uh, it's going to be hard to tell if this trough does shoot in, as we will still have this center of high pressure still bubbling over the eastern part of the United States. So it's still gonna it's obviously this is Sunday, September 1st. So this is gonna be a pretty long term thing. But if this does hold true, there could be September could be pretty active, along the lines of that. So here is this is what the future radar could look like. So the upcoming storms, you can see not a whole lot. This is August 21st here, so this is finishing out August here. Not a whole lot going on across the United States, and that's because of the high pressure that will eventually set in. We could see some showers and storms across the north central tier part of the United States. However, nothing so severe or worth concerning about. We will have some rain move through the eastern tier. That's because of that high pressure that's sitting over here. We'll have those storms kind of shoot down over here. Could bring some rain showers and stuff to the eastern tier. But eventually, as the high pressure begins to shift more over here and begin to leave, we will see some. Here's that big bad low pressure system over here. This is where there could be some concern of it shooting in as the high pressure would begin. As high pressure would sit over here, the storm would kind of sweep in right there. However, again, very long term thing. What's most likely to happen is if that high pressure is still sitting over here, it'll skim the northern tier and kind of just shoot across and leave without causing any harm across the United States, except for maybe a small scale severe weather outbreak across the north central tier. However, that's highly unlikely though. However, this will also affect the temperature plot. This is the temperatures. The red means above average, blue means below average, and the darker they are, the more significant they are. And this is what I did want to point out here. You'd see much of the eastern part of the United States will be way below average, as the central heading into the Midwest region, realistically, basically right here towards the Rocky Mountains, will be significantly hot. Will be significantly above average, especially down here in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. But I mean, as time goes on, you can see we have extremely below average temperatures across the eastern tier of the United States, which is due to high pressure setting in over here, kind of blocking that heat from getting in, or kind of building this heat over here, a heat ridge building over here in the Midwest, or I'm sorry, the Rocky Mountains, the Rockies, and out west, and we'll have some of the low pressure systems dip down over here and then eventually just move quickly out, which will bring significantly cooler temperatures heading into the first week in September. However, the heat will begin to return across much of the United States around August 25th to the 30th. And then from there, temperatures will begin to heat back up all across the United States. Temperatures will significantly heat back up. And then we'll have this, and then, there's that low pressure system over here. And the high pressure that I was talking about that sits over here will begin to shift more over here. As you see, the south over here is kind of getting what happened to the northeast just at a much later time. And then the Ohio Valley northeastern regions are now sitting in that heat heading into the first week of September. And then I did want to point out the Hurricane Ernesto. I just wanted to show the satellite really fast. This is not expected to hit the United States. It is currently expected to move up, hit Bermuda, and then just head out again and get caught up in that storm system that will be bringing the severe weather across some portions of the United States today, tomorrow, uh, portions across today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So I just want to show the hurricane out here. I just want to kind of show it off. It's currently a category 2 right now, but it is going to weaken off and become pretty much just nothing. So, yeah, but here it is right here. It's going to continue to move up to the north. And long term, especially for this region, doesn't look like much long long term. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe for the latest forecast, and I will see everybody in the next forecast.